What's up, everyone? I am Wink.
And I'm Skillz.
And this is Scream Cheese. Today, we are talking about the third in the Ty West trilogy, MAXXXINE, directed by Ty West and starring Mia Goth, Kevin Bacon, and Elizabeth Debicki. In 1980s Hollywood, adult film star and aspiring actress MAXXXINE Minx finally gets her big break. But as a mysterious killer stalks the starlets of Hollywood, a trail of blood threatens to reveal her sinister past. Dude, we have been such fans of X and Pearl that we have become the authority. If you want to find out how good these movies are, you have to come through us. Isn't that right, Skillz?
You must come through us. You must come through Scream Cheese.
Yeah, so I know you've all been waiting for us to weigh in. We specifically decided not to put a video out right away because we wanted to get that anticipation built. And also, before we get into the review here, we would like to invite you to subscribe to our channel if you love horror movies the way that we do, and you want to talk about horror movies with us. So I'm really curious, dude. I'm wondering what you thought of this movie, man.
Okay, so I'll just get right into it.
Okay.
I'll say up front, this was not a bad movie by any means. However, it did not fulfill the hopes I had for the final film in this trilogy. Part of the reason is because I think I love Pearl so much. It's literally one of my favorite films. And that film allowed Mia Goth to shine. Some of the monologues in that film are the best you will ever see from an actress. It's just incredible stuff. And that film was a true character study. So this film is obviously going back to X, kind of like that style. Like where Pearl was like, we're really focused on Mia Goth and her character. MAXXXINE is more about what's going on around the character. We get a few cool moments, but it's mainly her just reacting to the situation. So the first 20 minutes were really good for me, but then it started falling apart after that. There were just too many things going on with the plot. It didn't feel focused. It felt more like a first draft where you have a bunch of really cool ideas, but you know eventually you're gonna have to cut a lot of them out. It's what they call in the industry killing your babies.
Killing your darlings, you mean?
Well, I've seen Killing Your Darlings and I've seen Killing Your Babies.
Oh, okay. Seems very
this film
violent, you know?
Yeah, it's very violent, you know, kind of like Ty West films.
Yes.
The film just didn't have that laser focus like, you know, Pearl or X. So to be fair, I went into this film with some biases. Based on the trailers, I was expecting some cool twist on things where MAXXXINE and the Night Stalker were actually going to be pitted against each other. Similar to what Tarantino did in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And so that's my bad for assuming that, but just the way the trailer was presented, I'm like, if he can do something like a cool twist on what actually happened involving MAXXXINE and still tell her story, that would be like incredible. And here, the whole Night Stalker thing was more just kind of like background, you know?
It was just contextualizing the time period.
Yeah. And by the end, I didn't have an emotional catharsis. I think part of it too was the ending was pretty predictable to me. Kevin Bacon was phenomenal. Like every second he was on screen was incredible. I love him so much. Like he's just so freaking, like every single scene, every line, I'm just like, dude, he's the best. And Ty West is still, to me, a master at capturing the essence of like time periods, probably better than anyone. Like he's just so good at it. I don't know how to put it into words. His stuff just feels very genuine. Like with X, I almost felt like I was watching a film from that period. With Pearl, it literally felt like it came out the same time as like The Wizard of Oz. Like the look of it, everything. It was just so good. He's like one of the best at that. Yeah, so to wrap it up, I didn't hate the film at all. I actually did like it, but I was disappointed. So that's kind of where I stand with it.
You just dogged on your pal Ty West, man. I can't believe this, dude.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad. I feel guilty.
No, you don't need to feel bad. No, I think everything you said was pretty much spot on, man. The movie is fine. Mm-hmm. First off, Mia Goth is like, dude, I'm just like enamored when she's on screen. She's just like a force. But I agree with you. There's something very different about this film. In here, there's not really many moments for her to like show her stuff. In X and in Pearl, there's like these novelties. The fact that X is like very much a slasher with her playing dual roles. There's good stuff happening thematically. And then Pearl, you get this prequel that is a character study that she gets to go in depth. There's no real novelty in this one. There's nothing going on besides just like kind of a normal movie. But I will say my biggest problem with it is X was so good, and you could tell that they were inspired and really wanted to do Pearl. Like, that happened, and they were like about it. Thank goodness they had the time, and they were stuck there, and they were able to do it. And then they tacked on MAXXXINE, and this film really felt like there wasn't any more story to tell. It just feels like they were taking the opportunity of the success of these other two to just do another one. And I don't think this offers a lot for anybody outside. It's almost as if you have to be just fans of those movies to really enjoy this one. But there wasn't much going on. Even in terms of like the plot, I didn't feel like it was compelling and like driving. Thematically, it fit right in with X. Like, it is a continuation. It just is like one that like didn't necessarily need to happen. And then I agree with you with Kevin Bacon, dude. It's like a character I've never seen him play before. He was like magnetic. Like you said, every scene, he was just awesome. But yeah, man, it's fine. It's a fine film, but it's kind of a letdown because it just wasn't a story that was begging to be told. And then the last thing, kind of what you touched on, Ty West is literally a master of like these like period contextualizing pieces. I found the whole 80s vibe was like, nobody is going to do this better than him. There are filmmakers who may make a movie in the style of Beverly Hills Cop 1, and then they like kind of mimic it. I feel that Ty West in this film, I feel like almost every shot felt like an iconic shot from a million different pieces from the 80s. I felt like we were getting pieces of everybody's cinema. It was truly like a love letter to the period and not just one person's vision of that period. And I like agree with you. He's so good at it. Nobody does it like him. I don't know how he does it so masterfully. And I imagine it has a lot to do with not just his vision, but the people that he has working around him as well. That's almost the shining star of the whole thing. If you want to see like a really well done picture of lots of different film styles in 1985, check out MAXXXINE.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing. Just like you, I absolutely love Mia Goth. I thought she should have been nominated for an Oscar for Pearl.
Yeah.
I think she should have won. Like, I really genuinely do.
Dude,
like,
I feel the same way, man. And now we know after this, it was such a lucky thing. Like, I don't know that hopefully we'll see. But I don't know that we're ever going to get a movie that literally is just like setting Mia Goth free to go like be like whatever she wants to be, like make a character however she wants to make a character. We're really lucky we got that and got to see her put on a clinic like that, you know?
Yeah, there was a lot of moments in this film where she's just like listening, and she's still even good there.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking throughout the film, like, dude, give her some, there was, like you said, that opening scene, the audition. I'm like, yes, okay, cool.
Even the first moment that we saw her, like her walking, dude, even her walk like commanded attention. There's not even a word yet. Dude. And you're like, it's Mia fucking Goth. Dude,
literally like the first 5 minutes of that film, I could pop in any time and get like chills, goosebumps, because I'm like, she's badass. She's so cool. The character she's playing is so cool. And then when you listen to her in an interview and you hear her real voice, it's like, doesn't even sound like any of these characters. I mean, she is so she's just a master actress. Like, she's one of the best ever. She could you could put her with anybody, anytime in history, and she is going to, be incredible. But again, the biggest weakness to me is this, and like when you're bringing up X and Pearl had a clear central focus. And so if this film would have been about her going to Hollywood, trying to break out of porn, and her past catching up to her, you got police or homicide detectives following with her, questioning her, maybe somebody else is involved, and that's like the core of the story, cool. But then you add in the Night Stalker, and then you add in the copycat killer, and then you add in like other things, and then you add in like this whole kind of subplot with her and the director of the film, and it's just like all these things that aren't necessarily bad, but it's just too much stuff going on. There's nowhere for you as an audience member to like settle in emotionally and go for a really nice ride, and then have, like I said, a nice emotional catharsis at the end of the film. It's just all these different pieces competing against each other, and then like I said, the ending, you're just kind of like, I was expecting an ending where just like a hit over the head kind of ending, like, yes, right. Fucking incredible. I wanted this to be my favorite one. So yeah, it wasn't a bad film at all. And I know a lot of people from the reviews I've seen, a lot of people like it a lot. For me, it was a decent film, a lot of good things in it, but it's not as good as the first two.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend people to see it because I think a lot of people will still like it. But for me, yeah, it missed the mark, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I'm also like thankful that we get this.
I am too.
Oh, we didn't really talk about her agent.
Oh yeah, he was great.
Giancarlo Esposito. So like similar to like Kevin Bacon, I thought he was such a clearly defined and really well designed character. I thought that his performance was a standout as well. And also, dude, the guy that like approached her in the alley that she ended up like stepping on his balls, and holy crap, that was like a wincing moment.
Yeah, actually, I didn't like that.
Well, I don't know that I loved it, but that guy, I've been in a short film with that guy before, like a little video on YouTube. So
I didn't like it because it was so graphic. Like I feel like there's certain things where you can, for real, there's certain things where you can imply or infer, and that's more than enough. Like they went way over the top, and another reason it didn't work for me was when you go that over the top and then nothing else really happens after that on that level. That was kind of odd. It's almost like you're going like 100% with MAXXXINE like in the first like 10 minutes, and then it just that fizzled out.
Because it's Ty West, he was trying to inject some extreme kind of stuff into the movie because it has to fit into the world of these movies, you know, and it has to fit into the world of a movie that Ty West makes, you know?
It was so extreme so early though, you know what I mean? It's like putting like your most gruesome, brutal kill in the first 5 minutes, and then you don't ever see anything like that again.
See, this is a matter of taste, because I appreciated that.
Yeah,
I wish there were more,
yeah.
But thank goodness there was a little bit of it in the beginning. It was for me.
For the second time I watched it, I actually closed my eyes during that part.
So, what do you give this film, my dude?
I will give this film a 6.5 because it was well crafted. And again, keep in mind that when I'm criticizing this film, it's because I'm comparing it to two films, one in particular that I hold so high. So that's why I'm criticizing the film. So it fell short for me, but I don't think it's a bad film. So I'm going to give it a 6.5.
I'm going to give it a strong 7.2, and I'm literally doing it as a gift to our boy Ty West, dude. I think it's closer to what you're giving it, but just because it's crafted as well as it is, I give it a little nudge bump up there, dude.
Yeah, like we said, why Test is a great director.
All right, guys. Well, let us know what you thought of MAXXXINE. Are we completely off the mark here? Was this another brilliant entry and we just like kind of missed it because we were looking for the wrong things? Also, let us know of any other movies that we should check out, and make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Peace out, cheesers.
Peace.
All right. That seemed disingenuous. Let's go, Kills. What'd you think of this movie, man?
So if you guys love horror films as much as we do, and you want to hear the opinions of a couple of stuttering pricks, please tune in to our channel.
Exactly. Well, they don't know how bad we stutter. I cut out all the stuttering if I can, If
you want to hear the opinion of a guy that can barely speak and somebody who just woke up from a fucking nap, tune into our videos.
Exactly.